Hi guys, this is Andrea Christofferson for Sociology. This is Introduction to Sociology, actually. This is assignment number 8. So we're talking about social change and the effects that it has on our world as we know it. So first talking about social change and how it has affected our physical environment. A lot of the effects that it has had just walking through airports, having charging stations for your cell phones or your laptops, things like that. When it comes to restaurants, you can practically sit anywhere in a restaurant anymore and have an outlet near the table or on the side of the table to plug in a cell phone or to plug in a laptop or some sort of an electronic device to charge. Coffee shops is another one. A big thing with coffee shops is free Wi-Fi access. So you can go anywhere nowadays and have free Wi-Fi access or have your cell phone connected. So you can kind of stay connected with the world as we know it. When it comes to population and how it has affected social change, one big thing is, for population, the ability for older women to freeze their eggs before they're no longer viable. That ability to freeze them early and use them later on in life has allowed us to grow our population. Changing the normal or norm for parenting, becoming parents a lot earlier in life because we are able to have a social network that's going to help us raise our children. Whereas before, people would have kids very young in their lives and they were only had the reliability of what they were raised with, what they knew from being raised by their own parents, different atmospheres and different environments to be put into. Nowadays, younger teens can Google something online or Google a certain topic online and be able to look it up and see exactly how to change a diaper or how to search for a nanny or things of that nature. It also helps not only early on in life, but also later on in life as well. So that changing norm of parenting is allowing people to become parents a lot later in life and still have that stability. Our ability to provide caregivers. So when it comes to raising children, before parents would take their kids to family members or to very close friends or neighbors. Now we have this whole interconnected network of people that are online, and we have access to that we can go online and read their profiles and read their backgrounds and the experiences they've had and select caregivers for our kids or select nannies or people to come in and clean our homes or certain things. So that's the ability that population has changed our society. When it comes to innovation, when I think of innovation, I think of the healthcare industry, big time. People going into surgery, no more are they having to have open heart surgery. Things can be done laparoscopically where they have less blood loss. Their recovery times are faster. When you think of, basic CPR, you're no longer doing that physical labor of chest compressions. Now they have machines that do it. They have a mechanical machine that administers chest compressions, or the AED kits, which will electronically shock an irregular rhythm on a heart. When it comes to transportation with innovation, you think of, vehicles. Vehicles are mass produced nowadays and they're cheaper. Parts are cheaper. The production line is cheaper, all due to electronics and things being automated. So that has helped with the innovation side of our society. When it comes to diffusion, diffusion is when, a society or like social group borrows elements from another, and they actually borrow it from another society and they actually adapt it to their own. So when you think of adapting different cultures or different events or physical things, I think of yoga as one major one. It was a Middle Eastern, more so meditation and more religious in Middle Eastern countries. Here on Western culture, it's more of an exercise or a cleansing of stress from your body. That's one adaptation, one diffusion that one social group has taken from another and changed it a little to match their own or allowed it to fit into their own lifestyles. Another thing would be like European cultures. Europeans are very much so into less is more. They don't focus on material things. All of their focus is on the memories that they're going to make, whether that be with family or with traveling or friends. They don't spend a whole lot of time on lots of money being spent on physical items or large homes, things of that nature. They're more of let's spend our money on traveling, or let's spend our money on eating at a small mom and pop restaurant with friends and family and make those memories. A lot of Western cultures have started to take on that European culture of less is more. You'll see a lot more homes that are a lot smaller now. They don't have a lot of the storage space. Minimal. I think of another aspect for me personally would be the holidays around Christmas time or Thanksgiving. Western culture has taken on a lot of cultures and religions from our ancestry. For me, it's Swedish. So during the holidays, it's baking a lot of goods, and it's using those baked goods or Swedish treats as gifts. Rather than giving material items, you're giving baked items as gifts during the holidays. And that's a big tradition for not only my background, but many backgrounds. When it comes to mass media, so mass media for me, the way I think about it, it has shaped, our culture in both a good and a bad way. Good way would be, we have readily available information at all times. We can, Google something and pull it up immediately. A bad way, mass media has brought a lot of panic, a lot of hysteria, a lot of stress into our lives because we have so much readily available at our fingertips and on our phones and laptops and, social media that we're viewing a lot of tragic events or a lot of terrorist attacks and things like that right as it happens. So we're getting a lot of footage and coverage that we never would have ever seen without mass media. And it allows them with mass media to record and replay. So we're constantly seeing that over and over, and we can pull it up at any time. It also allows us to have coverage throughout the world, not necessarily our state or our hometown or the area we live in, but around the world. We get to see everything that goes on. Whether it's, a wedding of, a prince and a princess, or, a pope being sworn in, to terrorist attacks in Europe. It's mass media. It's throughout. When it comes to information revolution in today's society, I would have to say it keeps us informed, and the population thrives on that, and wanting more and more information. That opens us up, though, to being exposed. I think information revolution has created a society that wants more. And with that more, I don't think that society has really thought out that process, because that is opening up the society to all of their faults, all of their personal experiences, something that makes them unique to themselves. That's opening them up to all of those experiences, all of those faults, to be public at that point, because the information is out there and ready for anybody. When it comes to modernization, with helping underdeveloped worlds. So when I think of that, I think of transportation. When underdeveloped worlds and underdeveloped countries need help, it's a matter of hours, maybe even a day, for help to arrive, for groups to go in and aid or provide health care. Whereas before it would be months or weeks before groups could get in there because of transportation. Transportation was taking a lot longer. Healthcare has evolved so much that we can do a lot for underdeveloped countries with vaccines and education of, proper water and proper hand hygiene. It makes a difference. And it is so fast in that effect. When it comes to different things that have happened around the world, major things. One, I would say the American Revolution. The American Revolution took place in 1775 to 1783. And the main purpose of it was, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Another one would be, the states' right movement. This took place 2008 to present. So with this, it's, to challenge the authority of central government. Another big one for, the world is women's rights, which happened 1848 and still ongoing to this day, to present. Equality of rights under, the main purpose of it was to give women the right to vote or to hold land or, and not be judged for that and not be held by state or any law just because of their sex, to be held back because they were female. Another one would be a labor movement, 1930s. It, brought out a movement for fair workplace practices and protection. It helped workers. These were all big movements that happened in our world, and some are still ongoing to this day. That's going to be for the Sociology Modular 8. And that's pretty much it. See you guys.